Welcome, lore lovers, to another episode of Gaming Bios, where we deliver canonical character bios from titles of the most popular variety to the more obscure. I'm your host, Eric Brown, and today we'll be covering someone who is small in stature, but he punches well above his weight class, and he's always ready to rumble. Today, we'll be covering Afro Thunder from the Ready to Rumble boxing series.
It's time to dance! It's time to dance!
Weighing in at 120 pounds, standing at 5 foot 7 inches, at the fighting age of 27, I give you New York resident and ex-cab driver, Afro Thunder! In 1999, publisher Midway Games released a series called Ready to Rumble Boxing, a series that became available on Dreamcast, PlayStation, Game Boy Color, and Nintendo 64, and rebooted the world's love for boxing. A boxing game that became so popular, it birthed 2 sequels, Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2, featuring a character with a likeness to Michael Jackson, and Ready to Rumble Revolution, which unfortunately received a new publisher, Atari, and lost a lot of what made the first 2 games so great. Similar to 1984's Punch-Out, Ready to Rumble featured many interesting characters and names throughout the game that you had to face. Characters that resembled movie stars, music icons, and even just cliched time periods. Hello, Afro Thunder isn't just a stage name, it's a throwback to the 70s. But others such as Butcher Brown, Falua Tua, Tank Thrasher, Lulu Valentine, along with many other characters throughout the series, all have their spiritual predecessors that they're based on in real life. Not to mention, each character comes with their own signature moves and trash talk, even with a little backstory of their accomplishments. Earlier, I mentioned that Afro Thunder's age was 27 years old. But, to be honest, his age is a bit of a debate. The UK manual lists Afro Thunder's age as 20, while many other sources has his age anywhere from 20 to 27 years, and that's just in the first Ready to Rumble game. Whatever his actual age is, Afro Thunder is a force to be reckoned with. Despite his throwback 70s appearance and catchphrases, Afro Thunder is a speedster in the ring, leaning heavily into his agility and not so much into his strength. And Afro's signature attacks consist of some pretty great names. Names such as In Your Face, Fro Jab, Gut Thumper, Fro Wind Up, the Super Stupid Funky Punch, and lastly, Sucker Punch. The last move being an easy one to counter because it takes forever to wind up as Afro says, Sucker Punch, before striking. Does anybody else get the Chris Rock resemblance in his voice, or is that just me? Moving on. On top of his memorable special attacks, Afro also has many throwbacks to great boxers and entertainment figures that we still talk about today. Many of his in-game phrases are taken from different 70s funk songs belonging to artists ranging from George Clinton to James Brown. Afro Thunder's signature punch, the Sucker Punch, is actually modeled off of the Bolo Punch, famously used by Sugar Ray Leonard and Roy Jones Jr. The Bolo Punch being a move that dates back to the 1920s in the Philippines where it originated. Ready to Rumble had a lot of things go right to make it such a success. It was a 3D boxing game, whereas before it, like Punch-Out, the format was aged and some might even say overused. Rumble even included celebrity personalities such as referee Mills Lane and announcer Michael Buffer with his famous catchphrase, "Let's get ready." Well, I'm sure you all know the catchphrase. And on top of all of these things, the game offered cool fighting interactions amongst colorful adversaries, which made the game an instant hit, with nearly every gaming reviewer giving it 4 out of 5-star reviews. The game was a success that left a memorable impact on many people, so much so that even a game such as TNA Impact, a professional wrestling game from 2008, featured Afro Thunder as a playable character if you collected enough style points. All of this goes to show that boxing and boxing games will always be timeless, and that the characters that we've grown to know and love will always live on. This has been another episode of Gaming Bios. If you like what we're doing, please leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed, we'd love to have you on board. Also, come see us in the comments. I'd love to see the obscure gaming characters you want to see us cover in future videos. This episode was written by Billy Scallions, and all research credits are listed in the comments. Until next time, lore lovers.